Welcome back to my channel. As some of you might know, well, I had a crash, got injured, I broke my scapula. So in this video, we're gonna chat about the accident, what could I have done different in order to avoid it, but also what's gonna be the impact for myself, for my sponsors, and for you who watch the channel. It's gonna be pretty cool. Lots of new information as well coming about some pretty cool product. You're gonna hear about it. Let's dig into it. Okay, you probably wonder why I'm right now. I'm in Squamish on a brand new trail, and the reason why you don't recognize it, it's because it's not open yet. But what I can tell you is it was built and sponsored by OneUp Components, and it looks absolutely awesome. Some big berms, some technical jumps in a beautiful forest. As soon as I can, I'll ride it, film it, upload it to the channel, so you'll hear about it, and I invite you to check it out. So what's up with that crash? Well, Mark Matthews came from Vancouver Island to stay with me for a couple of days, and the plan was to go to the Whistler Bike Park on day 1, then Squamish on day 2. So we go to the bike park and we do one lap of Blue Velvet. He follows me, everything goes well, we ride smooth. Actually, he posted the video on his YouTube channel, so go check it out. And on lap 2, we switch around. This time Mark goes first, I'm second, and yeah, everything is going well. We are well within our comfort zone. We don't do anything fancy, we don't take any risks. And comes this corner, and it's kind of a tricky corner. Anyway, to make it more interesting for the video and to show a different perspective, I go more inside than what the regular line is. I end up getting pushed towards the outside. I make a small mistake, I crash, I break my scapula. Here's the video. So I'm basically on the ground in a lot of pain, obviously moved out of the track. Some people behind me gave me some water and some snacks, which was really appreciated. So thank you so much for that, because the pain was like, it was the most pain I'd ever felt. But I was pretty lucky. I knew it was not my shoulder, it was not my collarbone, it was not my ribs. I didn't collapse my lungs, I didn't smack my head. It was really just my scapula. And I knew that because that's exactly where was the pain, and that's exactly where I impacted. I actually had a mark in my back that shows where the rock impacted, and that's the only mark that I had basically on my entire body. So I got pretty lucky with that, and yeah, I waited for a few minutes and I made my way towards the hospital. I rode my bike down to the Creekside Gondola, and from there a patrol was there and gave me a ride straight to the hospital, which, to be honest, I thought that riding my bike I'll be faster than patrol, just because the pain was so high. I wanted to get to the hospital as soon as possible. But then I realized that I wasn't safe to ride my bike with just one hand, basically, because every vibration was so painful into my back. So that's pretty a better way to ride on.
This is it here.
Okay, so this is my scapula and my ribs, and the scapula might be fractured and displaced.
Yep.
Okay. Beautiful. So as I had guessed, the X-ray come back and they show that I've got a broken scapula. You can see a crack and it looks displaced. So they send me back the next day for a CT scan. Turns out I've got a hairline fracture around the middle of the scapula, and the bottom of the scapula has got a piece that's 20 by 30 millimeter. That's displaced by what it appears to be 9 millimeters. But because it's on the lower part of the scapula, that bone actually acts as a protection to protect your lungs and some of your other organs. It doesn't have so much of a mechanical function, fortunately for me. So the surgeon thinks that it's gonna heal by itself. So no surgery, and now we are almost 3 weeks after the injury. And yeah, I feel pretty good. I no longer have any pain. I have basically full mobility. And the big thing is that it's getting so much better every day, and I can see huge progress. So obviously it's pretty motivating, and I'm going back to see the surgeon in about 10 days for a controlled x-ray. Hopefully everything turns out positive, and from there I'll wait to have the green light to go back on my bike and ride this trail. What am I gonna be missing? Well, first of all, I'm gonna be missing the proving ground. It just happened actually. It's a free ride event. I've done it in 2019. It was super fun. This year I was looking forward to go back, especially because it was sponsored by Jenson USA. So it was pretty cool to go and meet the people I work with there. But unfortunately, that will have to wait next year. Also, I'm missing a trip to Sun Peaks Resort. So my drone video just came out and I love riding that bike park. We're gonna do another video for mountain biking BC. Unfortunately, that will have also to wait next year. Another thing I missed out on is a photo shoot here on the One-Up Trail with Thomas van der Ham. He's a legendary freerider, as well as Margus Riga. He's probably one of the top photographers in the world. I was looking forward to that. I'm also gonna be missing, some of the YouTube video I wanted to do with some special guests. Good thing with that is that I can postpone that a little bit. And one thing, I was gonna spend some time capturing some footage with a brand new GoPro Hero 10 that just came out today. Actually, I'm holding one right now. So if you want to purchase one, if you want some information, please check out the link in the description. And when you do a purchase using that link, it supports a lot my channel. One of my favorite features on it is definitely the 120 frames per second in 4K. So now I'm gonna be able to show you guys some of the stunts we do, some of the technique we have using full quality, so still 4K and 120 frames per second, so I can slow down the footage 4 times. It's gonna be awesome, and I think this is a huge addition to the camera. Obviously everything else has been improved. Now Hypersmooth 4.0, there is some little improvements here and there, and overall it's just awesome to use, so go and check it out. So now you probably wonder what's gonna be the impact of me being injured on my channel, for you guys on the content, but also for my sponsors, also in terms of incomes. Well, fortunately not much, if not nothing. Why? Because I managed to film a bunch of stuff before, and I'm actually out for just a short period of time, fortunately. So for example, next week we've got a super cool video with my buddy Steve Van der Hoek. It was filmed before I got hurt, and I'm really looking forward to put it out. I think it's a great video. I've also got a bunch of other content already filmed, already planned. But overall, when you're a professional rider, being hurt is almost part of the game, and sometimes it can impact your income dramatically. For example, if I was to get hurt for an entire year, well, obviously I won't be able to be in a good position to negotiate contract with my sponsors moving forward, simply because I haven't been able to do something. Right now, fortunately, I'm in a good position because I've had a great couple of last years, and so actually being injured gave me some time to reset, kind of rest a little bit, but also to negotiate my contracts for next year. Normally in the bike industry you do that from middle of July until October, November. So being hurt right now was actually pretty good timing. I really enjoy doing it, but it's also very time consuming. So I'm pretty stoked with with the work I was able to do while being injured, and now I can't wait to head up, go back on my bike and ride. What's next? Well, as soon as I'm healed up, I'm heading back to Whistler. I'd like to get some more riding before the season is over. I've got some super cool video I want to make happen with some pretty unique guests. Then we'll be going to Pemberton a bunch, Squamish obviously, Vancouver, Chilliwack, and yeah, I've got some super interesting guests lined up just to keep the video more entertaining for you guys, and for me it's more fun as well. So as always, thank you so much for watching that video. Thank you as well for you to click on those links below, because that support my channel so I can do more and better video. Big shout out to my sponsors. I won't be doing that without them. And now I'm gonna head back home, make a super healthy dinner, have a good night of sleep so I can recover faster and ride that trail sooner. See ya guys.